Hello, everyone.
Hello there.
Um, Over this time, and specifically today, uh, we're not going to talk much about an issue or a subject or anything. We are going to read you a Christmas story. And we're not going to say much. Uh, a story has to be allowed to do its own work, to simmer and to penetrate. We'll have a few comments as to what touched us and so on at the end, but we're going to ask Matilda to read it to us. The story's name is The Fox at the Manger, and it was written years ago around the Second World War, shortly after, by P.L. Travers. Um, she was the original author. I've condensed it a little bit to make it a little bit shorter for the reading. So over to Matilda.
The fox at the manger. It was late at night. Silence lay over the stable, broken only by the glow from the manger, where the child rested amongst the friendly beasts. The wise men slept in a corner, their gifts scattered, while shepherds dozed in the hay. Angels hovered above, resting from their songs. The animals stirred as they sensed soft paws approaching. A red fox appeared in the doorway, his eyes fixed on the child. Alarmed, the donkey, cow, sheep, and dove demanded he leave. But the fox replied quietly, "On the contrary, it's the only place for me." The animals accused him of cunning, thievery, and enmity with man. The fox did not deny it. "My cunning is my life," he said. "It feeds my cubs, saves me from traps, and keeps me free. Yet one day a fox will be man's friend. I have come to give him my gift." The animal scoffed. "What gift could you give?" "My cunning," said the fox. The donkey brayed. "I have carried his mother safely across deserts and hills. My back is broad enough for burdens." The cow added gently, "I have given him my manger, a place to rest." The sheep bleated, I have given him my wool to keep him warm." The dove cooed, "I have sung him my lullaby." Each animal named its gift with pride, and each looked at the fox with suspicion. "What can you offer but tricks?" they demanded. At that, the child raised his hand. "That is a good gift," he said. "Others give what they can spare, but the fox has given all he had. His cunning is his strength, his life. Now it is mine." "But what will you do with such a gift?" cried the donkey in bewilderment. "I'm puzzled at these riddles. What is this cunning? There is something here I do not understand." "Nor I," echoed the cow, the sheep, and the dove, doubtfully shaking their heads. "It's not necessary to understand," said the child gently. "It is only necessary to let it be. Love and let it be." Then he turned his head towards the door and beckoned to the fox. "Come," he commanded. The fox nodded obediently, and delicately lifting each paw and putting it down without a sound, he stepped up to the manger. The child put out his hand and laid it on the red head in the broad space between the ears. "I shall need someone to help me." The fox made a curious sound in his throat, something between a growl and a groan. "What would you have me do?" he cried. "Roll you under the thorn with my paw, as I do my half-grown cubs? Follow the cry of the night owl, wrest their prey from her sharp claws, and feed you with a fine fat squirrel? Hide you in my fox's hole, and when they hunt you, as they hunt they will, lead you by the secret paths that no one knows but I?" "Stay with me," the child pleaded. "They welcome me now, but one day the welcome will fade." The fox's eyes glistened. "You know I cannot do that. To be your friend is to let you walk alone. What I could do, I've done already. My cunning is yours. It will guide you when the world turns against you. The child bowed his head, accepting the hard truth. You are right, he whispered. Alone when the wind rises and the rain comes down. And I will go and live in the hedgerows, the fox said. As he spoke, he moved his body away very slowly, inch by inch, so that the child's hand slid down the length of his red back and along the brush to the last hair. It seemed as though neither could bear to part from the other. Then he padded with dainty, purposeful steps over the straw to the farmyard animals. With grave deliberation, he chose a place between the cow and the donkey and lay down, curling his brush about him and sliding his pointed mask along his paws. A black lamb nestled against him. The animals, their danger softened, thought, we are too simple to understand. We can only love and let be. Through the night, while wise men and shepherds slept, the child and the fox gazed at each other, keeping their watch. Wild and tame together at the crib, the circle was whole.
Your reaction to the story?
Well, when you were reading it in Afrikaans, we used the word, you translated the word cunning with slinksheid. And that was a difficult word for me to accept around the Jesus child. As to what would he do with something negative for us, thinking in our context that somebody that is cunning is usually somebody that can scam you or
Works in devious ways.
yes. So maybe just to talk about that a little bit as well in this English version.
And I think the general feeling when we read this story for the first time, because it's not running along the general Christmassy lines.
No.
It's a little bit
Unexpected.
And when you read it, the initial reaction is the same as that of the farm animals.
Yes.
What is
can
going
he do with it?
Yeah, what is going on here?
Yeah.
But when I was reading the story, I was thinking that inherently we feel that all the traits of a fox are negative traits.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a bad. Yeah.
It's a bad
animal.
thing. So he's a bad animal.
Yeah.
We have a negative stance towards a fox.
Yeah.
But it's his innate ability to survive. That's who he is. It's not because he's evil. It's not. That's who he is.
Yeah.
And he brings who he is to the child.
And he gives it all.
And he gives it.
Yeah.
He gives it. So often people might have a feeling, a negative feeling towards somebody, but and we often work with the idea of we can only approach God in our sanitized version.
Yeah.
That's the only way we can be accepted.
Yeah. Although I don't think that in the story, the fox didn't see himself as being a bad animal. He was just living his life. And
Exactly.
And he needed his cunning. His cunning, like he said, was his survival.
Yeah. So why I think this trait of the fox as a gift to Jesus, why it's actually a good gift, it is to be wise, to be observant, to read the signs, to sniff the air, to when Jesus sends his disciples out, he says, be you as careful as doves and as
Isn't it cunning?
cunning as snakes.
Yeah.
He says that.
Yeah.
So I
So
mean,
you need to know how to be careful.
exactly.
Yeah, you need to know how to survive this path that you're going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, of course, I think that's a whole other conversation. Is the fox willing to give what he needs to survive? And he says,
Mm.
"I'll go and live in the hedgerows." He doesn't have his protection anymore.
Mm.
So for that fox,
He's
he
vulnerable.
he is making himself vulnerable.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So the deep
so
thing,
that can be
yeah.
another conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we wish you and your loved ones a very, very blessed Christmas. Uh, may you experience deep joy and gratitude over this period.
Love and peace, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.